Picture this, 12 years old, Darlington, South Carolina, on Brinson Dargan Middle School, actually, playground. And there are my friends coming toward me, Janice and Sarah, and they are mad. See, I was a little 4 feet menace. Yeah, I was a bully. I know it's hard to believe, but I was. And that morning, from the shakedown of getting lunch money from all the students, I didn't give them their cut. So they were headed toward me to kind of beat me up. And I quickly realized I got to get out of this situation. So I saw in the corner of my eye a student who had some Lay's potato chips. Remember Lay's potato chips? They're still my favorite. Well, I knew they were Janice's favorite as well. And I snatched that student's potato chips and gave them to Janice to kind of quarter off on a different topic. She was happy. She was satisfied. I got to keep the money and I got to keep my life at that time at 12 years old. But I really quickly realized that I had the ability to help people get what they wanted. And in doing that, I also realized that being a bully was not the way to go. That I felt like those who I was bullying before. You know, fast forward now to 30 years later, 33 years after being in the military and working with organizations from beginning to end, from cradle to grave, as I call it, building leaders, different personalities and work ethics. I've now honed my skills. I now no longer bully, but I use my skills now to help cultivate leadership acumen and optimize leadership effectiveness for organizations, corporations, universities, and individuals, just leaders that want to be better. I remember a story where I had a junior NCO come to my office. I had just visited a training and told him, come on by and talk to me. And he was the only one that came by. But when he came by, there was also a lieutenant colonel that came by my office that I hadn't seen in a long time. And you know how it is when you haven't seen someone for a long time. But both stood there at the front of my office. And of course, the junior thought that I was going to tell the senior officer to come in, and the senior officer thought I was going to tell the junior officer to hold fast. Well, I did the opposite. I told the junior officer to come in, NCO actually, to come in, and we sat down and we talked about his development and the trajectory he wanted to take in the military. I couldn't even remember the soldier's name at the time, but here recently, about 2 months ago, I had this same soldier who reached out to me on LinkedIn and said, hey, ma'am, you may not remember who I am, but you helped me. You showed me how to lead differently. And by bringing me in and helping me, and today I want to say thank you, but also I want to let you know that's how I now lead my people. He's now over soldiers and civilians that are under his care. And the great thing about it is that he is being promoted from rank to rank because of his leadership acumen. That's important to me. That is why I do the work that I do with LT3 Leadership Solutions. It is because I understand my purpose, and my legacy is to create better leaders for society. That is what I will go to my grave doing.